Getting here to the 2025 World Championships, it's been a long, crazy ride, I'll tell you that.
I started kayaking when I was little, and I've always found it fun to be on the water.
It would be a pity not to be here. Well, my son comes every year, and I'll be coming along with him.
It's a journey I never want to end, so basically, I'm just riding the wave as far as it goes.
In the shadow of the Bavarian Alps, where the Isar River carves an ancient path, the world's elite freestyle paddlers converge. It's June 2025, and Plattling hosts the ICF Canoe Freestyle World Championships, a once every 2-year crucible. Gravity meets grace on Whitewater's edge. Here in a single feature, that elusive hole or wave sculpted by the current. Athletes spin, flip, and soar, judged not just on daring, but on the poetry of their lines. There's Dane Jackson, still on crutches from a blown knee just a month ago. Yet here he is, competing at the Worlds. That smile says everything. In freestyle, you don't wait to heal, you show up and paddle anyway.
Just over a month ago, I was in Quebec kayaking. I was running one of the classic rapids you run. Unfortunately, I got stuck in a very large feature and I had to decide to swim. Swimming is not something I do lightly. It was the first time I'd done it in so many years. But unfortunately, when I swam, I also got ripped out very aggressively. And with that swim, my leg didn't quite come out in time. Ended up tearing my MCL, my calf muscle, and got impact fractures on my femur and tibia. So not the ideal situation, but ACL, meniscus were intact. So, small victories. But with that, I had a few weeks, everything was definitely hurting. I was definitely not in a comfortable position. But by the time, I got past the initial injury phase, I got to visit some doctors, got to see some PT, MRIs, all those things. I'm actually in the perfect position where I am no longer in the pain from the initial injury.
Platling campsite, the heart of the Worlds. And here comes Ottilie Robinson-Shaw, multiple world champion, and the one woman who could sweep every multiple women's gold on offer. Quiet, lethal, unstoppable.
So before this event, we actually spent the month of April here. We drove over in our van, we lived by the river, which was really nice, and we love doing it that way because it's so cheap and affordable compared to other options. And it just gave us the opportunity to become really familiar with the feature, especially at low water, and yeah, we love it in Platling, so just being here it's almost like a holiday where you just have to, work hard and train as well. When I compete, I'm always very fully focused on freestyle. That is what I'm living, breathing, only thinking about for a period of time. But I also know it's important not to put too much pressure on myself. And I think pressure is something that you can control yourself internally and how you react to that. And although I put pressure on myself because I want to win, I also know it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, and I can just go out and enjoy paddling and see how I do. And the older I get, the easier it is to understand that nothing changes and we just need to go out and enjoy it. And if you don't win, oh well.
Most chase K1 glory, but a fearless few kneel for C1. One blade, pure torque, spinning like tops. Years grinding backyard waves and park sessions, all for 45 seconds here. Watch them explode. Lunar orbits, crossbow, McNasties, loops that defy gravity. This is the pinnacle. And keeping it all honest, head judge Charlie Brackpool, the calm voice that decides what counts.
Freestyle is a dynamic, fast-moving sport. All the athletes have 45 seconds in all of their rides. They need to perform as many acrobatic tricks as they can. As the athletes do their tricks, we have something called the freestyle appendices. In there is a long list of all of the different tricks, such as the phonics monkey, the loop, the McNasty, and we have to judge every single angle that's within there. Where it lands, where it starts, how high the boat gets. If all the judges then think that trick meets that definition, we award it points. If the boat scores air, if it scores huge, if they don't use their paddles, we score extra points. So you'll see loads of paddlers throwing paddles up into the air and trying to get the boat as high as possible. In freestyle, we have an average across 3 judges. All 3 judges are completely independent of one another. They score what they see, and they give the bonuses, they give the tricks that are there. Once they are happy, I tell them to validate that whole process. Screens go green, and their score comes out as that.
These athletes train like Olympians. Dawn patrols on frozen rivers, obsessing over every frame. Contenders. Spain's Kim Fontaine Masso, former world champion, still hunting. Poland's Tomasz Kaplicki owns every medal bar the big one. He's on fire. Nick Troutman, the wave king who keeps winning. And the godfather himself, Eric Jackson. Multiple world titles, designer of half the boats out there. The most influential name the sport has ever known.
The World Championships, all the venues are amazing. Hope what we'll find in the future, we know where the next couple are. Hopefully what we'll see some of the best places around the world. Instead of repeat over and over, we're going to see new places. There's just so many places in the world that are amazing for freestyle kayaking. And the more places these people see, the more fun it is for everybody. Traveling and getting to see the world is part of the beauty of freestyle kayaking. Each country has its own special charm. Every time I go to a new spot, it's super fun coming back here again. But also super fun to go to a new place. So, World Freestyle Kayak Championships. When it comes to sports, I'm gonna put my paddle down right here and say it's the best sport in the world. If you don't believe me, you're probably not doing it.
EJ is probably the grandfather of freestyle in a lot of ways. He's invented many of the tricks out here and is certainly the longest standing competitor. I don't know how long and how many years straight he's been competing, but he's in his 60s and he's still getting out there competing with the likes of all the pro men as well as the masters this year. Really excited to watch him throw down. He's invented not just the tricks, but has really designed a lot of the freestyle kayaks through the ages from all the different generations. Started Jackson Kayak, now he's making Apex kayaks. Again, just really has done so much for the sport. Was one of the founders to bring kids kayaking to freestyle. So without him, freestyle kayaking would look a lot different.
EJ, the ultimate family man who raised 2 kids while traveling in an RV. And they absolutely dominate this sport. Both Dane and Emily Jackson are world champions, and both could still steal this title today. But watch the grandfather of the sport drop in. He didn't just raise legends, he's still out here schooling the river like it owes him rent. Picture this, you've trained a decade to land one perfect sequence. While the wave is surging, the boat is bucking, and the entire goalpost is sliding sideways on fire. 45 seconds to chain 10 massive moves before the river flushes you. Nothing is ever the same twice. Freestyle doesn't just test skill, it forces you to rewrite physics in real time. And speaking of rewriting the rulebook, next up, Ireland's quiet legend, Thomas Dunphy, a man who's been making this look easy for decades.
Okay, so I've been kayaking for the last nearly 10 years straight. My sister unfortunately passed back in 2015, and the day after the funeral, I wasn't sure what to do. I kind of felt guilty doing anything fun that she could have been involved with, going to the bar or going outside and hanging with my friends or whatever. But she always encouraged me to go kayaking, and she kayaked the odd time with me, but that was my thing. So I thought if I get to the river, I'll be out in nature and I can clear the head and it'll be good for me. So I did it all the way from 13th of December till Christmas and then New Year's. And then I thought, you know what, maybe I can do it for a whole year. And then it kind of became, I can do 2 years. Okay, I'll do 1,000 days, 2,000. Now in Ireland, they call me Tommy 3K. That's T.O. Baker gave me that name. And then I said, I'm going to go for the decade and then see what the plan is after that. But it's just a tribute to my sister and something that's good for the mental health, good to keep me fit and get me outdoors, and trying to motivate the young kids in Ireland that if this old guy can do it, all of them can do it too, you know?
They paddle whitewater at home, but getting to a World Championships is a whole different river to cross. The ICF development camp removes barriers, travel, gear, coaching, everything. Same feature, same stage. New flags in the eddy. This week, the Worlds truly belongs to the entire planet.
The development camp is an initiative of the ICF to try to give an opportunity to athletes of nations with limited resources or limited options to travel outside of the country and showcase what they got. We know there are a lot of athletes out there that struggle with getting gear, getting the money, getting the founding, getting the support, getting coaches, getting a support crew to help them out, grow the sport and grow as athletes as well. So the development camp is aiming at those athletes and to try to give them the opportunity to showcase the sport and showcase what they got on an international scale, scene, and grow their skills further and be a part of this lovely community.
And keep watching the juniors. These kids are already landing moves the old guard never dreamed of. They're not the future, they're rewriting the sport right now. Tom Dole from France, everything aerial. Nothing touches water. Loops, McNasties, pure sky surfing.
You've got the flying Frenchman, Tom Dole. Really just a very smooth finesse style. Links a lot of his tricks and somehow makes it all look effortless.
Tom Dole is doing fantastic because he's so calm, so collected, and he's doing multiple disciplines. So he's doing C1 and K1. He's one of the few at the very top for K1 that's also doing C1, and he takes it seriously, but because he's so calm, relaxed, having a good time, it seems to be playing in for him.
Well, I had a pretty good first ride. I was, the plan was to take it chill, do one trick by one trick, and it worked out. I was smooth, and yeah. Really happy with that first ride. Second ride, it was still on the flow, but I definitely did a few tricks less, but still happy to win this first round. Well, for those that don't know kayaking, I think freestyle kayaking is a great sport. There's a great community. If you haven't tried it out yet, just get to your closest club or community and try it out.
Now to the squirt boats class. They disappear, explode back. Pure magic.
In Squirt Boat, I'm definitely going to try and get a world record. The rules have changed recently, which should make it a bit fairer between people who do long mystery moves and people who like to do technical tricks and mystery moves. So there's definitely room for new world records. I think, around the 2,600 point mark would be really cool and really exciting. In the men's squirt boat class, all the British men are really strong. Sam Wilson, Alex and David, who we get to paddle with in the UK, are all really, really strong. Then you have the Americans, a couple of Germans who are, again, very strong. But yeah, seeing Sam Wilson train, I think he's going to be one of the people to beat.
Men's squirt podium. Taft Sibley from the USA stayed down longer and deeper than anyone, earning bronze. Alex Edwards threads silver for Team GB, and Sam Wilson delivers the leanest, most complete run of the week. Gold stays British. Pure mastery. Women's squirt podium. Rose Wall dives deep for bronze for USA. Tamsin McConkey threads silver for Team GB, and dominating with the best combined single run, Ottilie Robinson-Shaw. Team GB takes gold. Untouchable. The juniors are on another level this year. Bigger, cleaner, fearless. Leading the charge, USA's McKinley Kate Hargrove, dropping in like she was born for this moment.
My name is McKinley Kate Hargrove. I'm 17 years old, and I would be representing the United States for this year's World Championships out in Plattling, Germany. So this is a boat that I'm going to be using for the competition, a Rockstar V. I use the small, and my favorite part about this boat is how easy it is to throw for all the McNasties and the loops and the tricks. You have the big volume in the front, but also low volume to where it's easier for me, a smaller paddler, to throw around. There's definitely a big difference from going from the United States going out to Europe. The culture difference, the shocks are different. Every little thing is different. So I honestly really enjoy it, and it's nice to see everyone out here and just have my little European family, my international family coming to these worlds, whether it be in the United States or out in Europe. It's honestly something I look forward to every 2 years, and then every 1 year if I get to go out to the World Cup.
And she owns it. Massive airs, flawless links that never break. Pure domination. McKinley Kate Hargrove takes the junior women's title. Her medal is handed over by her brother, previous World Juniors champ Mason Hargrove. The Hargrove name stays on top. This family isn't just competing, they're collecting crowns.
Honestly, it's a dream come true. Ever since I won the World Championships last in my hometown of Columbus, I just had a goal set in my head to maybe receive the gold medal again as my last year as a junior. As Mason hugged me and gave me my medal, I was just bawling my eyes out just because it didn't feel real. So I'm just super stoked and thankful for everyone who's helped me get here.
Nick Troutman. 6 months ago, his heart flatlined. Full cardiac arrest. Today he's here, helmet on, smiling like he's back home. That's not just a return to the water, that's the loudest heartbeat this river has ever heard.
I got into kayaking back when I was 13, and essentially I thought kayaking was these long pointy boats just meandering downriver, though I quickly realized that there were small, short boats designed for flips and tricks and surfing, and I just immediately fell in love with the sport and essentially haven't left a kayak ever since. The event here for us is a bit of a family adventure as I'm out here competing myself. I've got my wife, we've got our son competing, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law. Really is a whole family atmosphere. But beyond that, all the different nations and all the different athletes coming together, it really just feels like a huge homecoming event, knowing tons of friends and family, and it just really is family for everybody. One of my favorite parts about kayaking and the sport as a whole is just the camaraderie that freestyle and kayaking has. Everybody is out here trying their best to compete and to win, but everybody's also really just cheering each other on, wanting your friends to do their best, and it really just is a very friendly sport, and there's a lot of camaraderie within all the athletes.
We are in day 5 of the ICF World Championships here in Platling. And unfortunately, we have water issues. This is something that's plagued the competition for the entire week. As you can see, when the competition started for the men's qualifiers, the water was flowing up over this bar. This is a visual indicator of how far the water's dropped. It's measured in centimeters, and around the 160 centimeter range is where we would like the competition to be. It is now down around 147, and as such, the competition today has been postponed. They will make a call on every class start to determine whether or not they run that class. If the water does not meet the needs, they'll cancel that class and or postpone it. That's what we're doing here, day 5, the 2025 ICF World Championships here in Plattling, Germany.
With finals cancelled, the medals go to the riders who shone brightest before the river fell. C1 men Harry Price takes out bronze for Team GB. Tom Dole claims silver for France, and Matthew Stevenson stands tallest. Gold around the neck of a Brit who refused to let the low water dull his shine. In the women's C1 podium, Jasmine Stangl-Bracknig bags bronze for Austria. Local favourite Annika Schechter takes the silver medal, and Great Britain's Otley Robinson-Shaw emerges victorious again in this event. In the open canoe, Great Britain picked up another medal, with Harvey Harwood earning bronze. USA's Jordan Poffenberger, a two-time winner of this event, claims silver. Owen Kelly of Ireland shows great resilience to bounce back from a winter where he was struck down with illness to win his first world title. Women's K1 podium, Rebecca Green claims a brilliant bronze for Team GB. Poland's Sofia Tula takes silver, and Great Britain's Ottilie Robinson-Shaw stands on top. Golden, untouchable. World champion the hard way. Men's K1 podium, Gavin Barker flies the flag with a massive bronze for Team GB. Hometown hero Tim Rees ignites the crowd with silver, and France's Tom Dole stands tallest. Golden, unstoppable, 2025 world champion. And here comes the Godfather one more time. Eric Jackson stepping back onto a world championship podium in the Masters class. All this is home for EJ. Medal around his neck, smile wider than the eyes are. 40 years in the game, and he's still landing cleaner than most half his age. Proof the fire never dims. The man who shaped freestyle just reminded everyone that the throne still fits perfectly. Legacy is not behind him. It's right here, still winning. Men's squirt podium begins with bronze. Taft Sibley, USA. A mystery move maestro who threads the impossible deeper than anyone. Silver to Alex Edwards, Team GB, locked in the tightest head-to-head of the week with his own teammate. When gold is hung around Sam Wilson's neck, the entire German bank absolutely rejoices. Two British paddlers on the top steps after trading massive runs all week, but tonight, Sam stands tallest. Medal gleaming, the People's Champion crowned right here in Platling. And then there's Ottilie Robinson-Shaw, Team GB's unstoppable force, making the entire women's field look mortal. In Squirt, she delivered a clinic, perfect in depth. All those mystery sequences moved so smooth and deep, they shattered the old record. Silver, miles behind. This is only one piece of her Platling masterclass. 3 golds, 3 disciplines apart. Kayak, canoe, and now Squirt. Same rider, different boats, total domination. 9 world titles on the wall and counting. She's not just winning, she's redefining the ceiling for everyone else. Queen of Freestyle, still only just getting started.
It feels pretty fantastic to have 3 gold medals at the 2025 Freestyle 5 World Championships. Getting 3 gold medals means the world to me because it shows how hard I worked and I just sport I really love, and this just shows how much time I put into something I really care about.
Well, crazy. I still can't believe it. It's been, bit of a journey the last week, but I never really expected to get a gold medal. Crazy.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, feels like a lot of hard work's gone into it, and just super happy. Super happy that I'm not part of such a strong team. You know, that's Ireland, 2 world champions for Ireland. It's a good time for Irish canoe.
And that's Plattling 2025. No perfect water for finals, yet somehow the most soulful world championships we have ever witnessed. Old legends proved the fire never fades. The juniors showed the future is already here. And paddlers from every corner of the planet shared one feature, one campsite, one unbreakable bond. Friendships forged in white water that will outlast any medal. A true spectacle of skill, heart, and community that reminded us exactly why we fell in love with this sport. Congratulations to every champion crowned the hard way, and every athlete who simply showed up and poured their soul into the river. You made freestyle richer, deeper, more connected, and more inspiring than ever. From the quiet banks of the Isar River, the message is clear. This family is stronger than any river level. Thank you, Platling. See you all on the next wave.